Hello everyone. Our today's topic is shift micro operations. So we have covered logical micro operations, shift arithmetic micro operations. So now we are having shift micro operations, which we are going to cover in this lecture. First of all, we are having three type of shifts which we generally perform. First one is logical shift, second is circular shift, third is arithmetic shift. So let us simply firstly talk about the simple right shift. So we are having a data inside a flip-flop. Now if we want to shift this data towards right side, so it will be simply shifted to this side. So then this is known as a right shift. This is a right shift. Now in this case we are going to give the input at this place. So this is a serial input. Left shift left is simply the opposite of it. The shifting will be from right to left. So this is a serial input here, and on this side we will be having a output. So this is a left shift or shift left operation, whichever as you want to call, right shift or left shift or shift left and shift right operation. So next is logical shift left and logical shift right. So please remember, in the normal shift, which is simple right shift, the value which we input here is a serial input, means it can be a zero value, it can be a value 1. So similarly in this case this value can be 0 or it can be 1, means anything. But when we move to the next operation, which is a logical right shift or uh, logical left shift or right logical shift. So let us write a right logical shift, or we can write it as logical right shift. So it is up to you how you want to write. Left logical shift. Now in this case there is a condition. Now what is that condition? The value which we are going to give as an input in the serial input will be a zero value. So this is a must condition for a logical shift. So in logical shift, please make sure that you remember this, that at the end you have to enter the value which will be 0. If you want to shift towards right, the last value will be 0. Similarly, if you are going to shift towards left side, then the last value at this place will be a 0. So how to now represent these functions? So we represent it like this is a normal shift operation which we are just going to write. So these are the two different micro operations which we have done. First one was a right shift and left shift. The second operation which we did was logical right shift and logical left shift. So now how to represent this? So we represent this as SHR. This is SHR. This is SHL. This is for logical shift left, logical shift right. Then if you want to represent this, it will be SR and SL. So sir, shift left, shift right. For logical shift, it will be SHR, SHL. Now, how we can use this in an example which is mentioned? There are two examples. Now, what it is? Like R2 register is going to get the value shifted by 1. Uh, we are going to perform a logical shift right in this operation. Now let us take an example of this. Just assume this is a register which contain 4 bits in it. So the value which we are having is something like this. Now we are going to perform the shift right operation, which means our data will be shifting from left side to right. Means the data movement will be in this direction. This will be known as shift right. And this shift, because it is SHR, it means it is a logical shift right. So in logical shift right, if you remember, at the end we need to enter a value 0. So this data inside the register will become, this 0 will enter from here, this will be shifted to next place, this will be shifted here, this will be shifted here. So this will be the data after the shift right operation. Oh, sorry, logical shift right operation. So the only difference between a simple shift right and a logical shift right is that at the end we are going to enter a value 0 in the case of a logical shift, whereas in the simple right shift we can enter a new value. So please remember this difference between a shift right and a logical shift right. Now let us perform the other task, which is this. In this case it is shift right. In the next task we are using shift left. Now in this case the end value which we are going to enter from this place will be 0. So now this data will become, if I'm performing shift left, logical shift left operation, the data will become something like this. This 0 value will enter here, this one will be forwarded to next place, this 0 will be here, this value is. So this is a logical shift left operation. So that is what examples we are having in this case. Now let us move to the third thing, which is circular shift. Now there is a difference between a circular shift and a normal shift. So in the case of a circular shift, if we are having a 4-bit value, so the output which we are going to get from this place will be re-entering to the input. So this will be our shift right operation. Means we are shifting the data towards this side. The value which will get out from this place will be re-entering to the same register again. But in the case of logical shift, it was always 0, but now it will be what we are going to get out from this place. So let us take an example of the circular shift. So let us assume that we are having a value like, now this is the value which we are having. Let us perform a circular shift right operation on it. So we also represent it with CIR, that represents circular shift right. If we want to perform circular shift left, it will be CIL, circular shift left. Now let us firstly perform circular shift right. So what will happen in this case? This value will move from here to the back. So this total value will become 0, 1, sorry, earlier the value was 0. Now this 1 will re-enter from this place. So this will become 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So this will be the term after performing the circular shift right. So this is our circular right shift operation. Now let us do the same circular left operation on the same data. So the data is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Now if we want to perform the shift left, now it will work in this fashion. Now in circular shift left, the data from this side will enter here. So it will become 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. Now, why this data is the answers are remaining same, because we are using the same data at this place. If the data is going to get changed, because the sequence of zeros and ones is going to remain same, even if a value moves from one side to another, it is not going to make any change. So this is a circular shift left. Now let us take another example for this. In this the data was same, but now let us take an example in which the data is different. So then you will be able to understand it in a more better way. So let us take an example of something like this. So let us perform a shift, circular shift right first. So this value will enter from this side. So this will become 000, 110, 10. So this will be the circular shift right. Next, let us perform the circular shift left on the same data. So in this case, this value will move to this place. So now what we are going to have 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. So this is a circular shift left. So this is how we are going to perform the circular shift right and circular shift left. So simply the data which is going to exit will enter from the other side. So you can see it in the slide as well. So circular shift right, it is the data moving from this place and entering here, whereas in the circular shift right left, the data is moving from the right end and moving to the left edge. So that is how it is. Something which it performs which is different than the other type of shifts which we are doing. So if we are going to find out a number, like if we are shifting the data towards left side, means we are performing a left shift. So what it is going to do, it is going to multiply the value by 2. If we are going to perform the right shift, so it will simply divide the value by 2. So this is a very interesting type of a operation. And there is something known as sign bit. So we will talk about the sign bit as well when we are going to talk about arithmetic shift, because sign bit is a very important concept in the case of a arithmetic shift. Now let us talk about the sign bit first. Like we have assigned numbers with us 0, 1, 0. Now in this the if the number is a signed bit, the leftmost bit which we are having is a sign. So if this is 0, it means it is a positive number. If this value is 1, it means it is a negative number. If 1, the value is a negative value. If it is 0, the value is positive. So now in this case, if we check, this value is 1, 2, 4. So this value is 6. So this value is actually positive 6 in the case of a arithmetic shift. So because arithmetic shift is applicable for the signed numbers, so we are just telling you that this bit which we are having, this is representing that its sign is positive and the magnitude is 6. So this is the magnitude part, this is the sign part, this is the sign part, this is the magnitude part. So magnitude is 6 and the sign is positive. Now let us perform a type of a shift on it. So what we have in this, whenever we want to shift the data towards left or towards right, whenever we want to shift the data towards left or towards right, there is one condition. Now what is that condition? This sign bit should not change. I need to keep the same sign bit. even if I am performing the shift right, even if I am performing the shift left, my sign bit should remain same. So in arithmetic shift right, it is very easy to implement. Now how is it easy? Because I will keep this value rotating at this place and shift the rest of the data. So if I want to perform a arithmetic operation at this place, so how we can do that? First of all, this value will be repeated here and this value will also be forwarded to the next place. So if I perform a shift arithmetic shift right operation on this data will become 0, like it is replication of the same value, and 0 is also shifted. So 0, then this 0 is forwarded, then 1, then 1. So now my sign bit is going to remain same, whereas the rest of the data is shifted towards right side. Now let us see what has happened. So this value was 6 in magnitude. It was positive 6. Now we have performed arithmetic shift right, ASHR. We call it as ASHR, arithmetic shift right operation on it. Now this number is positive, but the magnitude is now 3. So what has happened? This number is divided by 2. So 6 has become 3. So that is what we are going to get. What is the meaning of that line? That shifting the data towards right side will divide this value or this magnitude by 2. So it has divided it by 2. So it has become 3 now. Let us take the same example and perform the arithmetic shift left. So this is 0, 0, 1, 1 and 0. Now let us perform the arithmetic shift left on it. So if we are going to perform the arithmetic shift left, so there is one difference between arithmetic shift left and the arithmetic shift right. In the case of arithmetic shift right, this value was replicating itself. But in this case, it is not going to work in this way. It is not going to work in this way. In this, what is going to happen? This value will get a new input from outside and that value will be a 0. So this is how it is going to work. So this value will be 0, but the sign bit is not going to change. So how we are going to keep this value same? So we will discuss about this. So let us firstly move this data. So this 0 is now at this place. So this will be double 0, then double 1, then a 0. And this value is now getting out of the circuit, right? So this value is going to get out of the circuit or out of the register, but the last value will replace it. So this value is replacing this value. This value is replaced by this. So that is why it is like this place at this place. Now what is going to happen? This is our sign bit now. Earlier sign bit was this. Now the new sign bit is this. Now how to find out or how to keep these two bits same is very easy with the help of a XOR gate. We discussed about it. If we are using a XOR, so XOR will be helping us to compare two bits. So how we are going to achieve that this sign bit is going to remain same is simply comparing the leftmost two bits. We will just put a XOR gate between these two bits. If the output is going to remain 0, then there is no change in the sign bit. But if these two values are different, my XOR output will that case as well. Just let me just finish this up first. So now let us check this value because there is no change of sign. So we are not going to perform anything. So now let us check this value. This is 1, 2, 4 and 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So now magnitude is 12 and our sign is positive. So this is now 12. So this value was plus 6. Now what has happened? This value gets multiplied by 2. So whenever we are going to perform multiplication by 2 or divide by 2, simply you can perform the shift operation. If you are shifting towards right side, so it will divide the value by 2. If you are shifting it towards left side, it will multiply the value by 2. So that is how it is, the operation of performing a division and multiplication on a signed number becomes easy for your computer. Means if you want to divide it by 2 or 3, or sorry, divide it by 2, then it will become very easy for your computer because it is simply a shift operation and there are registers who can perform this task. Now let us take an example of shift left because this is something which is a little bit difficult to understand. So let us take an example. So just assume we are having this value. So let us check this 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and this is a sign bit. So it is 4 and 2, 6 plus 1, 7, 7 and 16, 7 and 16, right? 23. Now this value is 23. Let us perform a shift left operation on it. Okay. Now shift left operation performs multiplication of this number by 2. So now if we are going to perform shift left operation on this, we need to have those many number of bits in it. Okay. So let us see how it performs that task. What is our work? So we are going to shift the data towards left. So simply we are going to add a value 0 from the back. So this value will be added and what will happen at this place? This 0 will move out, so I'm keeping it on the side. This value is 1, this is 0, then 1, then 1, then 1, and at the end we will get a 0. Now when we perform a XOR of these two values, our resultant will become 1. So if our resultant is 1, it means the earlier sign was positive and now the sign bit has become negative. This is not right, because earlier the number was positive, now the number has become negative. Then definitely we are going to get a overflow condition. I forgot about this, that this will become a overflow condition, so this particular task will not be achieved if these two values are going to get the different values. So because if we still perform the operation, it will not perform that shift left operation properly. So let us take this example in the same form again. Now if even if this is of overflow and still we shift it, so how it is going to perform the task? So this will become 1, this will be 0, then 1, 1, 1, 0, and the sign bit has already changed. So if we keep it 0, means if we add the sign bit at the end, so this will be the resultant. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Earlier the number of bits were 5, now the number of bits are 6. So this is not possible. So simply we are going to have this value. It will be 1. Now if we complement this value, once we get the different input, different bits, even if we complement this value will become 0, but the rest answer is not going to get corrected. So the rest answer will remain like this, so which is not performing that task which we were supposed to achieve. So what we were supposed to achieve, that if we are shifting the data towards left side, then it should multiply the value by 2. But if we are going to perform this operation of overflow, then still we are not going to get the resultant, because the number of bits which we are having, they are limited. So in those number of bits, the last value is reserved for sign. So this will be your sign bit. You will only be able to perform the shift left operation if your bits are matching. If the sign bit and the next bit are not matching, you will not be able to perform this operation. So this is the way to calculate the overflow condition. So we are having a sign bit and the next bit, if the value becomes different, then we are not going to perform that operation. This will be known as the overflow condition. So this is represented by ASHL, that is arithmetic shift left and arithmetic shift right. So this completes our circuit. So we are having this shift micro operation by using, this is also known as combinational shifter. So we will do this circuit in the next class. Thank you, sir, everyone.